Hey, I'm Dr. Michael Tebbe with Bright Star Chiropractic. Continuing on the theme of internal hip rotation. So, different video I showed how you can stretch it out. One way you can play with moving it is like when you're doing the dead bug, instead of keeping your feet here, you can kind of internally rotate the hips. So your heels are going to kick out. And as you do that, you can feel how your core activation changes. You're also kind of like stretching your pelvic floor. So you can keep the arms up as you're doing this. Look up there. Hi. So it's just something I've been playing with lately, and it feels good. And also, as you're doing that, you're taking your pelvic floor and kind of opening it up this way, which is good for us. You can play with rotating the hips. And you can also do some stuff, easy stuff like that, keeping the hips rotated, touching elbows to shoulder. Now we're getting some really good core activation there. You can kind of feel too how this, as I kick my hips out, it kind of pulls your belly in. So you're kind of working those deeper layers of the abdominal muscles. I just play with holding that, move them some. So that's another way of just exploring. Again, the thing I showed previously is going to really help to stretch that. But now that we have the motion, and after you've stretched it, then you can do the dead bug. Just kind of play with being able to move it. Because the more you stimulate those receptors in the hip joint and the muscles around it into that internal rotation, which it may not have been able to do for a while, the more you're bringing, firing all those neurons in your brain that are sensitive to, are aware of that motion, and the more your brain will be able to access it just without you thinking about it in all your daily movements, whether it's squatting, whether it's getting up and down off the floor. Because even in here, I don't want my knee out like this, and I don't want it collapse like this. There's kind of a hip internal rotation that happens, spiraling, so I can push my big toe into the ground and get up. Even like a sprint or something like that. That proper internal rotation of the hip gives us a lot of power. And if it's stiff and doesn't move, we're missing half of our power from our hip. So play with that. Just some fun stuff to do just to start to bring more awareness to that internal hip rotation. Awesome. Take care.